Yeah, like I'm saying, man, I'm laying in bed and I'm trying to go to sleep.
Okay.
And I'm hearing the rats above me in the ceiling fucking. What? Yeah, that's why I'm here buying tissues
Hold
and
on, I'm getting
candles.
an alert.
I like to eat fried chicken.
To the podcast.
You're welcome to the Nightly Strange.
Yes, welcome to the Nightly Strange. I am your host, D-Mac Uno, live and direct from my mama's basement. You know how we do. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. I'd like to thank everybody that sent me all those positive messages from my first episode. Yo, I appreciate all that. And I got to get on to one topic real quick.
Good and terrible.
You know, I was driving the other day, and I stopped, and I felt clogged up in my system, so I said, well, let me go get some Taco Bell, fix myself. What? And so I get to Taco Bell, I get a couple tacos. I'm driving home, you know what I'm saying? It's dark. I'm eating the tacos, like crunch, 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 crunch. Dorito-style tacos, you know what I'm saying? Trying to put hot sauce on there with my knee, steering the wheel. Y'all know how you do. You know how you do. Steering the wheel, and, you know, I get home, and I get under my sensor light, and it comes on, and I look like a Sizzler salad bar.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? There's cheese, lettuce, beef all over me, man. All over me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only person that was happy to see me was my dog. He was very happy to see me. Oh, yeah. Look at you. Looking all nice. So, you know what I'm saying? That's my warning to everybody. Don't eat tacos in the dark. Yeah, you know, sometimes I feel like, you know, when people out wearing masks and you trying to, like, still meet people and shit, people should be wearing badges of what they look like a picture badge. You know what I'm saying? It could be a glamour shot. It's cool. Make it interesting. But you should be wearing a badge. You know, you see some girl, you be like, man, she got nice hair, beautiful eyes, her body's stacked. But it's like, yo, I'm gonna need to see them teeth for real. You know what I'm saying? You don't, I mean, it doesn't have to be bad. I don't have perfect teeth. My teeth a little crooked. That's cool. I ain't tripping. But I can't get somebody and then, like, we get home, you take your mask off and your teeth so jacked up, you could take a Hershey bar and chisel Kendrick Lamar. Like, oh, look at this. You know, like, nah, I can't do that. You know, and then sometimes it's weird because everybody got like a black mask on and like you walk into a gas station to get something and you're like, damn, bro, like, is this America or am I trapped inside a B-rate Ninja Turtles Foot Clan movie? Because everybody look like ninjas. Like, I walk in the store, I be like, what up, my ninjas? And everyone gives me that look like, oh, damn it, motherfucker. Then I bet they get in their car like, I am a ninja. I'm the real ninja. You know, it's weird like that, man. And thinking of dating and talking about that stuff, you know what I'm saying? I used to be on them dating sites, and it was cool. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain things I just, nah, it's not gonna happen. Like, if I go to somebody's and I look at a woman thing and it says, I like to hike, I like to kayak, and I like to be outdoors all the time. Nope, gotta go. You know what I'm saying? My luck is weird. Like, I have luck in real life, but like when I go do things I shouldn't be doing, I get bad luck. Like, knowing my luck, I would get done eating a bag of, like, you know, barbecue chips, and then a fucking cougar gonna run up on me like, who are you? You smell sensational. You know what I'm saying? I can't outrun him. I mean, I get my steps in, but I ain't running. You know what I'm saying? When's the last time some of y'all ran? I mean, some of y'all probably go jogging every day, but when's the last time some of you had to go full sprint and start running? Yeah. I'm just gonna have to fight the tiger, or the cougar, excuse me. We're gonna have to scrap it, whatever. And if I win, I'm gonna wear it. You know what I'm saying? But if I lose, I hope he feeds his family. You know what I'm saying? I think it's crazy how girls be getting dick pics from dudes and like dudes still be sending them. And so like I always try to give my own advice because, you know, a dude ain't gonna trip if a girl starts sending pictures of her cha-cha. You know, but like for girls, I can understand how that's offensive. Like, hey, I don't want to see another dick. Why would you? You know, that you didn't ask for. And so my whole counter to that is go online and find a penis that matches your skin tone. So when a dude sends you a picture of his dick, send him a picture of a bigger dick and say, well, my dick's bigger than yours. And that will throw him off. He will never message you again. But if he does, I don't know where to go from that. If he's like, yo, that's what I'm looking for, you know, like I don't know where to go from that. I can't help you. That's out of my realm of advice that I'm willing to give you, you know? It happens like that, but whatever.
Really, nigga?
You know, I want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, things you shouldn't do. Like, don't revisit old relationships. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like a good idea because you're missing the person, but revisiting old relationships is like eating candy corn. Oh, yeah. Let me explain. You go to the store. You see a big old thing of candy corn, because you ain't getting a little bag if you've eaten candy corn. You're getting a big thing of candy corn. Oh, yeah. You're like, ooh, candy corn. Long time no see. It's been a minute. I forgot why I stopped fucking with you. So you start eating that candy corn. You're like, this is delicious. Oh, where have you been? I've missed you so much. I don't even know why we fell out. And then you get halfway through the bag of candy corn.
Mamma mia.
And your stomach hurts.
Mamma mia.
You don't feel good. Now, you remember why you don't eat candy corn. Because that shit is fucked up once you get right back into it. And your shit always goes back right to the end of your relationship. Because when you get back together, it's all nice. It's this is how we met. Remember, da-da-da-da. And then you get back right back to the end. And you know you shouldn't do it. So remember, my friends, do not revisit old relationships. You can still fuck from time to time, but do not revisit old relationships because that is nothing but candy corn. You know, also, a lot of people stay in relationships waiting for other people's potential to kick in. And now, potential is the worst thing you can wait on for someone to have. Because by the time that person brings out their potential, you don't want them anymore. They done broke you. Your feelings are hurt. You gotta leave that shit alone. And then you gotta learn, like, cause I talk to a lot of people, man. People just talk to me. I'll be in a grocery store line and some dude will just come up and tell me his whole life story. You know, and I'm like, I'm gonna hear it cause I'm nosy. But, you know, people just tell me all kind of things. So I've heard all kinds of walks of life. And I wanna tell you the one kind of person you need to watch out for and stay away from. Because, you know, the whole thing is we let a lot of red flags go in a relationship or in the beginning because, you know, we're lonely and we're horny. This is all it is. You're lonely and you're horny. You're like, oh, that's not too bad. But the one thing you need to avoid is anyone you get with. And within the beginning month of the relationship, they're talking about we should move in. We should have a child. We should get married. You know what I'm saying? These people are the ones you need to cut off.
Run, bitch.
Go ahead, get your rocks off really quick. Wrap it up, because you don't want to be stuck with them. These are the people you need to get rid of, because these are the psychotic people. They are trying, not psychotic, they're the toxic ones. They're trying to rush you into a situation that is long-term before you figure out who they really are. So you need to watch your ass. I'm just here to help everybody. Watch your ass. You know what I'm saying? But those are the people. That's every time I've heard somebody have some crazy relationship where it was like abusive or toxic or just, you know, nutso. It's always because the other person was trying to quickly rush in to making you tied down to them so you couldn't leave them and figure out who they were. There's some things I've seen in life, and I want to point it out to people that they don't really realize. When you put ketchup on eggs, that shit looks like murder. It's bad enough we're eating baby chickens and we're just letting it fly, but you're putting ketchup on it. You are a murderer, and it looks terrible. And I also want to let people know that you're not overweight. You're not fat. I don't care who made up the system. You're only fat if you can't clap. Go ahead, clap your hands. Can you clap? Then you're good to go. If you want to change yourself and fit a certain way, you can do that. But if you can still clap, you're good to go. Now get on up there and eat that whole tub of ice cream. Enjoy life. I'd like to talk about the pain of drinking soda. You know, soda, I don't drink soda anymore. If I do drink soda, it's because I'm mixing liquor. Because if I'm mixing liquor, or if I'm drinking liquor, and I'm drinking soda, I'm gonna get drunk, and then I'm gonna end up at Jack in the Box at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to get 7 tacos. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me 7 tacos. Like, sir, we only sell them by the 2. Give me 7. Now. And all the ranch you can give me. But I'm like, let me get back on this. When you drink soda out of a bottle or a can, you have to drink the soda, right? Then you have to stop drinking the soda and put it down. You have to let the pain in your neck recover before you can start drinking the soda again. I dare you to go into the world today, out when you are out, and go buy a thing of soda, a bottle, a can that you can drink. Pop that sucker open. Try to drink the whole thing down. Like you could do it with water. You can do it with orange juice. You can do it with apple juice. Well, not cold apple juice, because you gotta stop right there. But I'm saying with a soda, you cannot. You have to drink it. Your neck starts to hurt from the liquid you're putting in your body. You have to sit it down and let your neck recover before you can drink it again. So I don't drink soda. That's only when I'm mixing liquor, because I'm about to go get 7 tacos from Jack in the Box. That's just about to happen. You know, like I like to go through life and I like to harass random people. Like I'm not a rude harasser. I guess it's not harassing. I like to with. Hey. You know what I'm saying? I do stuff to people because I know if I bring that into the world, that's something they can go home and they can be like, yo, guess what happened to me today? Like I remember one time I was working at this assisted living facility, and I had to go get somebody from the hospital. And I'm taking this wheelchair, it's empty, I'm rolling it in front of me, and I get up to the ER, and the lady's like, "Hi sir, how can I help you?" And I was like, "Ma'am, my invisible friend stopped talking to me, and I need you to make him respect me." And she was like, and I was like, "Ma'am, I'm just messing with you. I'm here to pick up somebody." She's like, "Damn." Or I remember once I used to work at Walmart, and they gave me like this, kind of like, I don't know if it was a smock, but it was like, it had sleeves, right? So I would take my right arm and I would take it and put it inside the sleeve and put it around my back. So when I was checking people out, because I was a cashier, everybody thought I had one hand. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be dropping stuff on purpose and picking it back up. And yeah, I just like to, and then I'd whip it out like when I go to, like, your total is, and I whip my hand out, I'm like, 23.45. They'd be like, "Oh man, you messing with me." Hell yeah, I love messing with people. I'll walk into the eye doctor place and the people be like, "Hey, what can I help you? What can I help you with, sir?" And I was like, "Well, ma'am, I heard you guys sell night vision here. I'd like a pair." On the left side, maybe just the left side. You know, you go through your life like that. For me, I do. It's fun. And people have a story to go home and tell. It throws them off. You know, nowadays, my whole thing is when I see people walking into the store and they start to walk and then they be like, "Dang it." And they turn around, I'll be out the car, I'll be like, "Forgot your mask. Forgot your mask." You know what I'm saying? Just like that. And they giggle a little bit. "Yeah, I forgot it. You know, you gotta have humor, man. You gotta bring it back. Everyone's so serious. Everyone's so PC. But I can understand because some people's jokes is just horrible. But I mean, like, enjoy life, man. That's what we all forgot to do. We gotta watch all this crazy stuff going on in the world. We're just forgetting to enjoy life. You know, enjoy it to the fullest. Because all you're doing is getting older. You know, like for us, it was cool. I don't know about these kids because life sucks for y'all. But like, you know, when you turn 18, you can buy cigarettes. When you turn 21, you can buy alcohol. You turn 25, you can rent cars. And then you retire. Now, what you do in between that is your damn business. But don't come asking me for shit later on in life. Because I can't help you, man. Gotta help yourself. Like, you know, when I was young, we would look at like lingerie magazines. Because we didn't really have anything. You know what I'm saying? You had like nudie magazines and maybe a VHS tape. But, you know, I don't know how far you could get because, you know, the dick sucking scenes were so long and the tape was weird. So it was like, you're like making sure nobody hears you. You're like, "Oh, shit. Oh, man, just fast forward to that. Turn the volume down. You remember the Squiggly channel? You remember the channel that was the porn channel on the cable, but you couldn't see it unless you subscribed to it and it was all squiggly, but you was young and you'd be watching it anyways. Like, "I think I saw a nipple. I think so. Wait, there's, I can't, yeah." And you got that one friend just lying like, "I see it all. You know, maybe he wasn't lying. Like, you know, sometimes I always think about kids that had invisible friends when they were young. And as I got old, you know, when I was a kid, I was like, "Man, I wish I had an invisible friend. That'd be awesome." You know what I'm saying? They'd be playing with their invisible friend on recess and talking to them and stuff. And now I realize those people were psychotic. They had demons. And, you know, I accept that now. You know what I'm saying? There's things I've grown as a person. There's things I accept. You know what I'm saying? Like I was driving the other day and I looked to the right of me and this gentleman's picking his nose. He picks his nose, pulls it out. There's a big ass booger at the end of his nose. He puts it right back to his nose and smells it. And I said, you know, usually the old me would be like, "Disgusting." But the grown me is like, I wonder why he did that. You know, I question, I ask, have I done it? Fuck no, I don't need to. It just came out my nose. What the hell I need to, what do we, you know, but it makes you think. It makes you accept other things and other people for what they are. Except for Prius drivers. You may be cool outside of your Prius, but Prius drivers are the worst drivers in the world, in the galaxy. Prius drivers are the worst peoples who be on the road. I disdain Prius drivers. You may be the coolest person outside of your Prius, but when you are behind your Prius, you are a collective of horrible people that drive cars, and you drive a Prius. Prius drivers don't use blinkers, because Priuses don't come with blinkers. Prius drivers drive under the speed limit because some reason they think their car is saving the earth and dropping dirt at the same time. Every time there is a backup in traffic, it is a Prius driver. Every time traffic is going slow, it's a Prius driver. Every time people have to hit their brakes and stop because someone is turning into a lane where they're not supposed to be in. It's a Prius driver. Prius drivers are the worst drivers in the world. Now that I have said this to you, you will be in traffic and you'll be seeing stuff, commotion happening. What's happening here? And you'll see it's a Prius. Trust me, Prius drivers are the worst drivers in the world. Am I the only person that gets upset because my kids don't respect me like I used to have to respect my parents? You know what I'm saying? Like, my kids try to get away with stuff like, why do you get to go out all the time? Why do you get to have friends over all the time? I don't get to do all this. I'll be like, are you serious? I also clean the dishes. I do laundry. I go to work and get a job. I don't see you jumping at the chance to do none of that. And then they want to shut up. Like, okay. You know, kids got it lucky these days, man. Like, they know where all the parties at. They know how to get people. You remember when you was young and you'd meet somebody and then they move away and they give you their address and you write them a little bit and the letters would stop you. You never see that friend again. Nowadays, you don't lose nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I think about my childhood and all the stupid shit we used to do. Like, I remember we used to stay up in the woods across the street. Now it's like it's an elementary school across the street from there where I used to live, but across the street was these woods, right? And so we was all boys. So like, we would have a bunch of condoms and we would pee in them and try to throw them in the back of the bus and the cars going by. Well, one day we was up there and these kids they had rocks, right? And they was throwing like little pebbles at the cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, ding, ding. You know, and this black dude's flying down fucking Pine in this nice red Corvette. You know what I'm saying? Cruising. You know, the homies is like, start throwing rocks. Ding, ding, ding. He stops. He's like, you little motherfuckers. So we running through the woods because we was like elevated up in the air and stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, or like above him. So we running through the woods and we go run and we go hide by this, sit by this big rock chilling. And he came looking for us. You know what I'm saying? He starts flexing. He's like, I knew it was you little motherfuckers throwing rocks at me. Fuck you little motherfuckers. You know, cussing us out, about to beat the homie's ass and shit. So, anyway, years later, I'm in high school and we have the substitute teacher. And he's in there, and you know, kids are asking him questions. This old black dude, and they're like, "Hey, man, how long you been in Bremerton?" He's like, "Oh man, I've been here for a minute." You know what I'm saying? I remember one time, he's like, "I bought this brand new red Corvette," and he's like, "You know, I'm cruising it down Pine, you know what I'm saying, flossing down the hill, and I hear bing, bing, bing." And these little bastards is throwing rocks at my car. And I'm like, get the look on my face like, oh shit, him. And he looks me dead in my eyes and rushes me in class like, I knew you looked familiar, you little motherfucker. And I was like, oh shit. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't me, bro. It wasn't me. Dead ass, real ass story. That shit really happened. Hey, yo, we got a guest in the house, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like everybody to meet comedian So What. So What in the building?
Yes, sir.
How you been, man? How you been?
I've been good, man. Staying above, you know what I'm saying? Keep my mind right, keep my mind together. I'm out here, man.
Yeah,
I'm all
for sure,
I can't complain,
man.
I'm alive, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, word. You get to wake up and be all stretchy, like,
Yeah.
You know, I realized I was getting old, bro, when, you know, I have to grunt to bend down. I'd be like, ugh.
Right? Hey, nigga, your body just aches for no reason at night.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, take a piss, nigga, can't piss for 3 minutes. Like, damn, wait a second.
Bro, that's how I be waking up.
Earthquake minutes, too.
I gotta wake up. That's why I wake up, because I gotta pee or use the bathroom. I'm like, fuck. You know, you trying to go back to sleep, like, nah, I like that dream. You know, shit was going good for me. And
Hey, and you never can wake up and go back to that same dream, you know what I mean? When
yeah.
you wake up from your dream, I'm like, oh, please give me that dream.
Yeah, you try to,
You know
you be
what
like,
I mean?
hold on, I wouldn't finish with you,
Hey, it
motherfucker.
wasn't finished. Sometimes I'd be able to go back to that dream. I'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, so this is really gonna happen.
Yeah. No, I remember one time I was a kid and I was dreaming and I had a train set. And I was like, ooh, I'm about to take this with me. So in my dream, I got in my bed and I laid it next to me and I put my hand on my dresser. On my dresser with like, you know, a little desk thing. I was holding on to the train like, you coming with me.
Hey,
I woke up
to
my-
the afterlife.
I woke up and my hand was still there and I was like, fucking train.
No train.
No train at all.
Where's it is? Like, nigga, whoa.
Oh.
I remember one day, man, I was locked up in jail and shit. It was kind of fucking embarrassing, but like I had a dream. I don't know what happened, but my cellie was like, man, what the fuck were you dreaming about? I was like, man, I don't know, you know? And he was just like, well, you were saying, stop, come back. I was like, yeah, nigga, obviously, I was dreaming about something good, you know what I mean? But I was like, damn, man, what the fuck?
Yeah, that shit happened to me once I was sleeping next to a girl. And she wakes me up. She's like, who the fuck is T? I'm like, I don't even know.
Wait a second.
Let me finish.
Yeah, let me go back to my dream and I'll tell you later, bitch. Wait a second.
That's the worst you can do. Wake up somebody trying to argue with him. You ain't even right. You're just like, what the fuck?
Like, bitch, who you talking to?
Who is you talking? You can't do nothing but scream.
Cheating on me in a dream and shit. Yeah, it's possible, nigga. I do it all the time.
Yeah. Hey, man, you think like, you know, we used to have lingerie magazines when we was kids, but you think it's sexy for your girl to dress up in lingerie?
Man, I believe any woman that is beautiful shaped should be in lingerie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think lingerie is for everybody. I really don't. Some people just need to wear just a t-shirt and some panties. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I believe a woman that should wear that around naturally. It's a it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, like for me, it's cool if they want to wear it, but I don't want it before we about to have sex. Like,
it's gonna come off anyway.
It's gonna come off anyway. Like,
Hey,
put it on.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
What I want to do, they got them licorice lingerie things I hear, that lingerie that's made out of candy. I'm trying to get some of that.
See, that's how you get the extra chin. That's why I'm glad. That's why I got. Actually, I'm glad I got a beard. That's why I got the beard to hide my double chin.
That's right,
You know what
beard
I'm saying?
game.
Like, yeah, I still look
Fuck
young
yeah.
and skinny.
Hey, but I'm just saying though, you know what I mean? It's still sexy.
You wouldn't even be there for the sex after a while.
Be all sticky, sex really be sticky. Like, hold up, bitch.
Yo, you got that mango right now? You got that mango? Just go ahead and lay down.
Hey, I got the grapevines, nigga. What the fuck you mean? Hell yeah.
That's
For real.
Oh shit, that's like that show I saw once where it's My Crazy Ex. You ever seen that? Where the chick met the dude, she went to go buy flowers and she met the dude and they had sex. And he was like nervous after they met and they had sex. He was nervous, so he took her back to the place he worked at where they sold the flowers, and he put the flowers all around her. You know what I'm saying, on the bed, and like.
Was it in a heart or was it in a circle?
No, it was in, like the shape of the bed. You know what I'm saying? It was on the ground and stuff, and like she was like, it was amazing.
It had a seance.
It was magical. You know what I'm saying? She was going crazy. Then she was going through his stuff one day at his work, and she found this map that said MJ on it. It was circled like in the desert. So she was like, oh no, he sells weed. She's like, I'm worried he sells weed. So she gets a friend. And they take the map and they go up there to where it's at and they go looking. You know, when they get up there, they find him butt naked having sex with this tree. Dead ass. Bro.
Nimrod! Whoa! Wait a second.
Dead ass.
Hey, they used to worship trees and stones back in the day.
Yeah, no, that was his shit though. That was what he was into. Like,
That nigga was fucking the real wood.
it was a
Woody Woodpecker.
It was a special kind of tree. It was a special kind
Very.
of tree.
Was there a hole in the middle of that?
Yeah,
bitch?
there was a hole in it. He was
Wow.
all in the
A
tree.
real glory wood hole. Huh?
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling
That's
you.
a damn shame.
That shit was crazy.
I don't think I'd ever do that. Like, I'm motherfuckers. Like, I never fucked a tube sock. I never put a hole in my motherfucking mattress. Never done that.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
Yeah, like, nigga, I have dignity. I got some type of pride. And then my homie was like, you know what? I know you're gonna laugh at me, but he said, you need to go buy one of them pocket pussies. I was like, pocket pussy? They make those? I was like, really? He was like, yeah, check it out, bro. And I was like, well, what does it feel like? You know what I'm saying? He was like, well, as tight as your grip gets is where it's gonna fit. I'm like, give me a pussy pocket thing, please.
No, I'm
Fuck
good.
the Polly Pockets.
I'm
Give me
good.
the pussy pockets.
I'm good. I'm just gonna work for it.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
just gonna work for it. It's
Been
better.
on a drought for a long time now. I have not fucked not one bitch all summertime.
How could you though? You can't meet women now.
I know.
You can't
We're
go
all
nowhere.
in. It's all ninja world for everybody, nigga. Bitch gotta have some beautiful ass eyes.
That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been saying. But like,
You know?
what their teeth look like.
Hey,
You know what
for
I'm saying?
real, like, oh, them such as.
Bro, I
that's
feel
the
bad.
thing.
I feel bad for good-looking people that just got off for being good-looking
Uh-huh.
because their life is fucked up right now. You gotta be somebody.
You got to.
You gotta be fun. I'm glad I was ugly and funny as a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
You
worked
gotta
on
have
that.
one or the other. You know
They be
what
like,
I'm
he
saying?
ain't cute, but he's funny.
Shit, my dad always told me, man, if you can make a little girl laugh, you can get in her pants.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm a comedian today. Funny, come here, let me show you a magic trick. Put your hand right here. You want to see Pinocchio grow? That's real shit, I'm telling you.
So yeah, how long you been doing stand-up for?
I've been doing stand-up comedy on the stage for 4 years now.
Okay.
You know, but I've been funny my whole life. You know, my pictures are in the yearbooks from middle school to high school. I was always the funniest person in the school, funniest person in the class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you got to have a woman and a girl, or a girl and a boy in the yearbook. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it diverse. You know what I'm saying? But I was that guy. I was that man. So, you know, I will say though, it's a different type of thing being a comedian on stage and just a funny person in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I haven't even, people know me for my, you know, my ways and how I act, you know, because I have a minor case of Tourette's, you know what I mean? Everybody that knows me. So every day is a Seahawk game to me, you know what I'm saying? I'm always lively, you know what I mean? But that hasn't came out on stage yet. And that's it. People be like, well, why haven't you done this? Why haven't you done that? I'm like, it's just not that time yet. But when it comes, then the world's about to see who they've been missing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just, you know, slowly knocking on that door. I haven't even really scratched on the door yet. I wouldn't even say that. You know, I've only been to one open mic, you know what I mean? I've done one open mic, and that was 4 years ago. And the rest of the things that I do are just me on stage, on the job training. I learn when I'm on that stage, you know what I mean? Put me in the fire and watch me work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I believe that's just the way you know, that's how you learn. Hands on. Just jump, throw a nigga in the fire. You know how people just throw you in the water? You don't know how to swim, you're gonna learn today, right? So therefore, you know, all my shows, I got about like 12 shows under my belt, you know, so but these are just me on stage doing my thing, you know what I mean? So You can compare me to the rest, but you know what? I think I can go in the ring with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Not to say I can knock anybody out, but you know, I'm a fighter that can challenge the best.
Speaking of that, though, you know, you're a comedian, right? You be out in the world, out in public. Does anybody ever try to roast you to see if they can take your crown?
I mean, I've been in a few little, you know, altercations, but not like, hey, let me see if I'm funnier than you type shit.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I don't know, you talk about me, I'm gonna talk about you. You better have a reason to talk about me though, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, your teeth better be right. You better be matching, nigga. You better not have Reebok with Adidas on, nigga. Like, we don't do that shit. I mean, we stick to the code around here. So I don't mind somebody trying to cap on me, you know what I mean? But I've really not been a roaster type, you know? But I ain't gonna let nobody talk shit to me.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like, you do your comedy. Have you? You get a lot of love in the town, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite show that you did?
My favorite show would have had to be shout out to Maisha. You know, I did a show with her. That was probably one of my best shows that I've done. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
You know, I've done like 3 shows with her. I forgot which one of the. I didn't name this show, but you know, it was definitely, we did it at the arena. So it was Black History Month. So I said some shit on that motherfucker. And you know what I mean? I was just being real. So I guess that was, you know, I got the most likes for that one. So I would say that was my favorite one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it was during Black History Month. Check it out. It's on Facebook.
Yeah, man. So earlier on my show, I was talking about, you know, the worst kind of drivers that I've seen in my life. And for me, it's Prius drivers. Mm-hmm. I think they're horrible drivers. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like Prius drivers, they're slow. They don't use their blinkers. And they're trying to kill everybody, thinking they're playing dirt.
Well, shit, you go with the small car, I'm gonna have to go with the big trucks, you know what I mean? Because they're trucks, and when they get behind you, they automatically think that you're supposed to be scared, you know, but I got a little saying, I'd be like, you know, get off my ass before I make you crash, you know what I'm saying? You know how they just speed up and try to act like they're gonna hit you? But that's what I would have to say. I would have to say that people that drive trucks, you know, for me.
Yeah.
Because they feel like their car's bigger than yours or their truck's bigger than yours, so why not just get the fuck out the way? Yeah. No, I don't work like that. I'll slow down on purpose and dare you to hit me. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've been in 7 car accidents. Like, I'm gonna get that.
See, that's why you've been in 7 car accidents.
Alright, fuck yeah, so what? Go ahead and hit me.
You'll be driving on the road and you lightweight racing with people, but you doing the speed limit and shit. Like, you be like,
hey, I've been in 7 car accidents, but only 2 of them were my fault. Damn. You know what I mean? 2 of them, and my dumb ass was sitting here looking into my ex-wife at the time. She was my wife, but she's my ex or whatever. I don't even consider her my wife because shit only lasted 9 months. So that was an annulment, and that was in 2003. I got married on 4/20, so I should have knew it wasn't gonna work. I was high and everything. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, you know, I was over here. We were in Tacoma. I'm looking into this girl's eyes, just looking at her eyes on some, you know, just looking at. Thought I was in love, looking at her eyes, and she's looking at the road while I'm looking at her eyes. Traffic comes to complete stop. There's a complete stop here in Tacoma. And I'm looking at her eyes, and I look at the front of me. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna wreck because the cars were just too damn close to me. So yeah, that was my fault for thinking I was in love. You know what I'm saying? Looking at a woman that didn't give a fuck about me. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. That story.
It always is, bro, man. It's always nice in the beginning.
And then I get a rental car from the same car accident. And then wrecked the rental car because I was still looking at the bitch in the eyes. And fucked up thing was I had to flee the scene. I had to flee the scene because we had a no contact order. So I was like, bitch, look, I can't be in this car with you. Get the fuck out of the car. No. Hey, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And then they were like, you can't leave. I was like, I know. I'm not leaving. I'm pulling over. Just come over here. So you get the fuck out the car because the police are coming. Every time I get pulled over, they be like, "Oh, Jasmine with you?" Nah, bitch, that was like 13 years ago. Why you keep asking me about this? They still ask me, "Oh, Jasmine in the car with you?" No, she's not in the car with me.
Yeah. So, man, I'd like to thank you for being on my show. Tell everybody how they can get a hold of you, man.
Well, me, man, I'm kind of late to the game, man. Like, I'm not really into the social media shit, you know what I mean? But me being a comedian, I had to jump on. So I jumped on social media, started with Facebook about a year and a half ago. And that's the only platform I'm on. It's Facebook at the moment in time. And I know you guys are like, damn, get your stars up, get your bars up. And I will eventually, man. Slow motion is better than no motion. But at the same time, you know, I'm not as computer savvy. I barely know how to work Facebook. So, you know, eventually look for me on Twitter and you know, Snapchat and the rest of these little social media platforms, you know. But until then, check me out on Facebook, Comedian So What. You know, the one and only, man.
You got an email? You got an email if anybody wants to book you?
It is homagesowhat@gmail.com.
Spell it out for him. You know it.
HOMAGE. You know the rest. Gmail.com. This nigga trying to make sure I can spell and shit.
No, I'm trying to make sure the people that are listening to the show don't have to.
That's right. I didn't spend 7 years in high school to not know how to spell. Did you catch that one? For real.
Anything else you want to say to the audience, man?
Man. Keep laughing, man. Laughter is very important right now, man. Pay attention to what's going on around you and stop letting people tell you what you should be doing and find out what the truth is for yourself. You know, stop being puppets. Wake up. You know, smell the roses. Look outside. See what's going on, and understand that we only got so much time left. You know, give a fuck if you don't believe in God. Hey, maybe it's time that you should. You know what I mean? Because as for me, I serve the Most High. You know what I mean? But other than that, I'm gonna keep niggas laughing and hope niggas cry at the same time. You know what I mean? While laughing. So that's me, comedian. So what? Homage to the world, man. Peace.
For sure. Yeah, once again, this has been the Nightly Strange. I'd like to thank comedian So What for coming through in the building, down here in the basement. You know what I'm saying? If there's any topic you want to try to be on the show, if you make music, you know somebody makes beats, you want your stuff played in the background, hit us up at thenightly.strange@gmail.com. Once again, I'm DMac Uno, and this has been the Nightly Strange.
So what?
You're welcome to the Nightly Strange. Strange.